court decision never. Yes.
I have filed a motion.
What file a motion?
I filed a motion
to arrest the judgment?
Not to arrest the judgment. I don't have that power.
Okay.
I have filed a motion to withdraw from the case. Withdrawal from the case. I have cited my reasons.
Who is withdrawing from that case?
Myself
as a lawyer.
As lawyer.
Who withdraw from?
I'm withdrawing my legal services.
Case
in the case.
Yes. Why we are judge then
yes. At any point.
I know.
I have a right.
What reason here then?
My reasons are in the affidavit, and we will take that motion on Monday, so I will not discuss it. But I have cried in the affidavit that as a lawyer, what I feel.
Appiah-Kubi eko Mahamudu Bawumia ho. Ena Bawumia friend say ombra no ombe breaki case ne down enchre no. Now Appiah-Kubi call no. When he was called by Bawumia, he went to Bawumia to tell Bawumia everything from day one at Omufri court about the day the case ended. Now, during his breakdown, there was this huge confrontation and argument between Appiah-Kubi and Bawumia. What was going on? And they say, Appiah-Kubi concluded, Bawumia and for him say, Chairman Wontumi will go to jail. Now, that is what triggered the anger between Appiah-Kubi, Chairman Wontumi, and Bawumia. And Chairman Wontumi and Bawumia, they got angry, furious, because they were saying, say, Appiah-Kubi is a terrible lawyer.
But the me too Wontumi for the say, oh yeah, Appiah, Yakuja. 3rd July, Anna abans de a quarter of July. Menena, men granting chevis here. My own son and sana, Pastatia to 2 and day, a 2. Tetena now come Oboson Semon. Also, Tia says, the last time I called court, we could hear pa, Lady Wontumi, Echi. I want to have a Kai be say, look, Emre, Yenika, a whole regional chairman of the Ashanti region.
Please let the laws work. Nobody is above the law. In fact, if you were living in a serious country with a serious president, then that is Mr. President Kufuor, he should have been the first person to start the prosecution, because his own Minister of Lands and Natural Resources wrote in terms of this Samreboi case.
Breaking news. Hey, baby, pa, odi na kodruni. Lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi will withdraw as a lawyer for Wontumi. On the 3rd of July, Anna Wontumi, the judgment on Samreboi for us now. Go to Munya. Ekoye Galamsey. On the 3rd of July. Lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. Now, Obi Abe Wontumi now. Abraham penny for court na form. Penny toto. Afenyo markings mo. Lawyers mo court na form. Afe efiru mo se ni chama Wontumi atibio. Sana every baby free. Kevin Taylor de yabehwim. O de abebom. O se Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia ni Samira tu Bawumia. O man di lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi atem. After so we invited him so on him. The question say yeah. On the 3rd of July, that is never banned dear. I had the answer I want to be them. And almost said onye good lawyer. Abong. I know I'm a lawyer, dear people could say. And yet, on himself, baby, I don't know among what can review. But or best step aside. Not lawyer for I bet what I'm want to miss how. And trick is to be a and I say, Papa Nampa, a diatrino mudino, and we'll pull it out. Now, the oil, no, a treasure I want to me a default, that, the way, and I say, the big cost in the end. Catch me, oh, conversation, I say, but I want me. That's why I say, do you expect him say 3rd of July? You bet a little. And I say, oh, that's why maybe I be church him. Remember this conspiracy theory, also. And my candy lawyer and the Appiah-Kubi, a course, I ain't also resign. But 3rd July, obey them and as own them as a political figure. Catch me, oh, comment section. I say, where we are, now we are new, subscribe, like it. Shemawia enye bi enhwe ha. Naked truth we old Moga Trends. Edino Max Billion. Lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi a lawyer. Ma Chama Wontumi. Now on Samreboi case no. Case no about a year plus in ye. I know you call back and forth. Lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi say as a judge in a rashi case in them too much. Otivika judge say oh and can name more case for house massa. Ya share time navy bra. I'm say sa lawyers na ebu apayo. Omo cheda na omo yema case ni delay sa no. Ana de bia di judge for atemi. Judge for ni na name for to mvancha ye. Out of ignorance. Hey. Na o person ke delay. Me boa. Endile ma just say yema go to national chairmanship friends election ni wie. Na time o tumi go win wie afi na I dey say be delay no. Say be MPP never really behind him because as it stands now, Abronye crowd of fans e change am Wontumi. Ye kire Abronye two mu no. The like of Afenyo marking na be one mo. Abronye nti. Ama report Ghana ma Dean of Diplomatic Corps. Ama report Ghana ma UA. Tese omo report Ghana rough because Abronye. But am Wontumi ye niam no sune. Now when a lawyer and the Appiah-Kubi church ni semu.
Go back on plea bargain.
This plea bargain no in relation to which case? Yenim said the state is in court with Wontumi on two cases. In relation with
This is in relation with Republic versus Wontumi
and two others on Exim Bank. Where Samreboi
anyway.
Okay.
Now, Obi, and come a picture say, Ubeba court no abehwe proceedings na ekoso.
Sure.
In those cases, I can share with you the record of proceedings in the cases. But Nkrofobiti Abontin, can some referring to more, but can we honestly convict on the records? Now, I know the ATV call anymore.
Fortunately, the record is what is before the judge.
Yes.
And the judge will not be minded.
I always cry that I pray that the court is a court.
Yeah.
That is my prayer. The only prayer that I do, they say, let us see a court making a pronouncement based on evidence.
Yeah. The evidence before the court. And not what is
outside the court. And not at the whims of somebody who is outside the court. Now you hear
for Samreboi the end day, we are all waiting for July 3rd. Court decision. Yes.
I have filed a motion.
What file a motion?
I filed a motion
to arrest the judgment?
Not to arrest the judgment. I don't have that power.
Okay.
I have filed a motion to withdraw from the case. Withdrawal from the case. I have cited my reasons.
Who is withdrawing from that case?
Myself
as a lawyer. Who withdraw from?
I'm withdrawing my legal services.
Case in the case. Yes. We are judge. Then
yes. At any point.
I know.
I have a right.
What reason here then?
My reasons are in the affidavit, and we will take that motion on Monday, so I will not discuss it. But I have cried in the affidavit that as a lawyer, what I feel doing a case like that. Now, I know the prayer, no, and if cry, no, for all of us as persons in the legal fraternity, say in the pay me na.
Is it say you are withdraw CCR because of what you think would happen on July 3rd?
Not what you think will happen. Anything, because I pray that the court should be a court. Now, your decision, then I will come and I'll comment on the decision. But before then, I'll sound this warning. Because it stays with us. And it will also we will be confronted with it in course of our time.
FM.
And Ayew fufuro. Injustice to anybody is injustice to you.
To everyone, I agree. But lawyer, why would you do a case? You go through all the initial stages. I go through trial. Judge, I'm not data or then a judgment. Now I withdraw. I file application to withdraw.
My lawyer, I check
yes.
My share proceedings are
okay.
Eliti said me who sent to be a free abontia. I smell it. And several cases near my days of proceedings. Was it name was it notwithstanding?
I was over.
Or chebra or chep at day. Okay. And no one case here no Ghana.
That's a Samreboi case. They say somebody was shepherding the case. Giddy.
Just a giddy. I say we need who make me. So what's and then me another case was a cry. We case no 2 o'clock court.
Really?
I'm telling you.
That's what the judge was doing.
We are going to talk about this now. Bar Association. I'm going to petition the Bar Association also. Say Bar Association, can we sit and let this go on in Ghana within our jurisprudence? And do we want to turn our courts into persons, institutions?
Yeah, but the Bar Association may not have jurisdiction over the judge.
No. But indeed, Bar Association can speak about it.
Okay,
me,
you want them to
say,
speak about it.
Me and me say,
yes.
I'm speaking my mind. And I want whoever wants evidence to confront me, and I'll show him the evidence.
But if that was the conduct of the judge, I don't know, I won't petition Chief Justice, Mom.
Well, one option.
Okay.
The other option is that I'm withdrawing and stating the reasons why I'm withdrawing.
Why you are withdrawing
I'm going before the same judge to state my reasons of resigning before her.
From the case. Before judge.
Yes.
Even before the judgment, Bebano.
Yes.
Or withdraw from the case.
must state me reasons of withdrawing before her.
And your client is aware self person will withdraw.
Yes, but my country.
And none the reaction here.
And I'm home. Obi, me one person. Yeah, obi boni na meti ho na me yamya. I don't like it. Say you obi boni na meti ho.
In this case, why any boni?
Okay. Generally.
Okay.
Obi me so and I'm silent. We am boni a. We dey me obi. Because I think that is a way to also teach you to learn. And to be careful because it will be before you. But I'm withdrawing. I'm going to state my reasons for withdrawing.
In court?
Yes, in court. Monday
I'll be there. Monday. No, Monday I'll be there.
Now, okay, me na my confusion na. So why withdraw from Samreboi case now? As a lawyer, then as in bank no, as we no better draw. Na as in cause I withdraw, tano nyimiri forest no. As so I withdraw no so. And I say, I withdraw back up. And the wager the hakan, but how? But Sansema lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi keke. Me dey my confused bo. Or see he prays that the court use the evidence presented to determine the case. Like he's speaking out of frustration and fear, and he's saying that they shouldn't make someone out there influence the decision. Why? If someone out there near wine, is it a friend is saying Chief Justice? Is it the President John Dramani Mahama? Is it the Attorney General? Who? Why the influence the case? Lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. Why? Nanado senga our boss and case you are Medura. When the whole country was saying that Wontumi galamsey or say a forest. Sana was akwaji ezin bank sika kura na ozadi galamsey no. Nanado ye whole press conference. Edi deny that report no. Say nya no kure. But ene case no judges find merit in it. Lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. When you file for no case and hold it because the case is a case. When you now catch that say there was something in common. Na do name a friend is saying ni chama Wontumi no mguta. He Ghana phone na ni. Ene ye can say no the court of public opinion. Ye credit abu asem na do. Na ye ngoka mane be contempt ntia. Ye train the judge na beka. The court of public opinion, your man verdict long time ago. In fact, the very day of Mochina, your man verdict. Because we know that now why once any more Ghana crowd see you at the gold bar, I bet not TV soda. Huh? All this why Ibrahim Mahama will end a friend is saying go first. I don't know more operate to that mind. On all the construction, you need digging in Namo. What they say or the good, I got na TV soda. It is only scammers in Ghana here. Saka wafono. And the tresika. And the two internet so. Ama who's musika. Who says legon. Mogurafona ibida. So if you are doing that, it tells the caliber, the kind of work you were doing. And really good. Ever display. Or no one months wise and was. Inviting tea for yourself, calling for unnecessary attention. The way you man for your airport train. So one day. We won't say bemo we are say. I find a real lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. Who done say judges and you pray that they use the evidence now no more issue. Omuzo evidence be a lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. Hey, now as na me feel power, say Nancy say o ka say me so. But papa no enyene ya obi na di bibia ye no. According to lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi, Otoaso ka say the decision to step away from the Samreboi case, stating that his client's interest will be better. His client's interest will be better served if he withdrew to let other legal professionals take over from where he lives off. Aye, onwa fi se wabon. Wanyade, enti obi ufo betima ya adwuma no better. Anase de me ba be ka kire wi Kevin Taylor allergy se Bawumia ne Samira tu Ibrahim friends Bawumia na cha Mahamudu to meet na se bi. Ene de ko ye ne se ne Bawumia diga ye bufu na woni se la Andy Appiah-Kubi so na owo Bernard Antwi camp. And the almost also part on left, right, center. And remember very well, say, when Abrana Wontumi actually go to no. Ana Bawumia ba say, oh, baby, you know. I want to remember you Bernard Antwi. And I did surety in the buy, no. Or granting interview, or my Bawumia who say, I'm married, one what. Now, a Kennedy, and I offer but none of documentation, no. I touch my kakra. The Bernard Antwi there. In the answer of who you campaign, my Bernard Antwi. And you are who gray in that. And Samira Bawumia so there. My metete say no there almost here. Ni kuna da mu bia. This one we are obey you sisi na no mama wa ye mama cross pen. Me hu say Rebecca Akufo, Lodina Mahama, Teresa Akufo, me hu say mo di president bi atem da. But sa lady we omu why no Gen baby. The president mu obi former president o dinatem e di odi lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi atem me I won't be shocked me nka say what because openly oni kenya Japan atem ama kenya gas so on gas obeso aguso a achego bra wa boni na be ba bon tim say Kennedy so die o se won ka so no waka eti enye me I'm not surprised so but I born na oni tum say won wa bon said you almost say Bawumia ka tell say wa bon no and it also or withdrew from the case. A different lawyer who do better for his client's interest. And I say Bawumia seminar okay no. And I say the moment my yam gongo ye near. But me say me the conspiracy theory be babe ma. I told Wontumi we should go and beg President Mahama even if Neil is necessary. Dr. Ayew Afriyie. Mahama no onu na jet na oti case ni so ana say Wontumi offend Mahama because allegation of the tone so say wakodi ni maid wanyem ni maid wakodi one a friend say vice president general pogo ajiman etwempena lodina adene fufie Mahama mfa ni court on money defamation should be there's no lawsuit from John Dramani Mahama to Wontumi. And the Okopa show for them. Hey, Mama, we are doing media grow how. Okopa show like for them. Then Okopa show. The law of the country is working also on Okopa show. When I say, "Son, we are one day we meaning to futu into the my John Dramani Mahama be me patrol." And you think they open a show yeah? I bet so. This Samreboi ne. Tano nyirimi ne Exim Bank case nana. Debio Exim Bank na nyama Mahama de. Samreboi forest one no. Mahama nyina asase. Tano nyirimi forest no. Nyama Mahama asase. I had the law of the country na deal with. And some hunu bi e be koso bia. you are there saying Uncle Mahama. Chukra mama nyene me ho. Andi before ni bidie, won't you Matthew? Wait, what can I say no? Now, John Dramani Mahama, my president, your president, our president. What do you mean is a mistake in his own than to us and you? Corbett on what in a day. And Kalegas now also building and yeah, you're best stripping off naked. At the Ogop. Hey, Judge, on the 3rd of July, Muntin Train, Namuntin Mamu him, me the Bebramo. Why? Now, why Anna Kevin Taylor, as a worker? Bawumia and his wife, Samira, disrespected and insulted Andy Appiah-Kubi, leading to his withdrawal as counsel for Wontumi.
Appiah-Kubi Eko Mahamudu Bawumia ho. Ena Bawumia friend se ombra no ombe breaki case ni down enchire no. Now Appiah-Kubi call you know. When he was called by Bawumia, he went to Bawumia to tell Bawumia everything from day one of Omufri court about the day the case ended. Now, during his breakdown, there was this huge confrontation and argument between Appiah-Kubi and Bawumia. What was going on? And they say, Appiah-Kubi concluded Bawumia and for him say Chairman Wontumi will go to jail. Now that is what triggered the anger between Appiah-Kubi, Chairman Wontumi, and Bawumia. And Chairman Wontumi and Bawumia they got angry, furious, because they were saying say Appiah-Kubi is a terrible lawyer. So Enunwe before na Appiah-Kubi Babo Ntebeka say he is not going to be the lawyer of Chairman Wontumi BM. You know why? It is because right now, no, he cannot blame Chairman Wontumi. What he has to do is to blame the court. And nothing that Wontumi can say, I don't want this and this and this and this about my client, so I'm walking away. Now, the only thing he can do is to put some flimsy excuses out and blame the court. But the main issue is that when Appiah-Kubi went to Bawumia, Appiah-Kubi was blunt. And if you have studied Appiah-Kubi for a very long time, in his political career, as much as he's stupid sometimes, you know, every time in the LPP, he's very blunt about some things. Especially when they were in power. You saw how Appiah-Kubi was blunt on some few things. So when he went to Bawumia, we have been in court for all these years. I know this guy is your financier. He is pumping money into your campaign. What I can tell you is he's go to court. He will go to jail. Appiah-Kubi made it clear to Bawumia and Chairman Wontumi and Bawumia yere. And in the you know to say Chairman Wontumi will be jailed because the evidence the Attorney General provided and I know do. So Bawumia Bekachi Appiah-Kubi say he's a terrible lawyer. He's a bad lawyer. And Appiah-Kubi told Bawumia say, what kind of nonsense are you telling me? I have stood on my foot or on my feet. Let me say it that way. For a year, Menje Chairman Wontumi kapre. I was working for free. Every single day, I am going up and down in court. I'm not even seeing my family. I have basically moved to Accra. I have done everything as a lawyer to protect Chairman. Today, you Bawumia sit here and tell me I'm a terrible lawyer. And when Appiah-Kubi PN say he doesn't want to be a lawyer for ADA, Chairman Wontumi. And nothing that on to me real reason no. And nothing he's lingering around a attitude of court, decision of court. Because if Appiah-Kubi ever issue with the court all these years, he never for once came out of court to blame the court for anything. No. Every single day he came out of court, he was smiling, assuring people, telling Ghanaians he has a good case, his client is doing well. But suddenly, why I say, judge natural judgment, this issue has happened. It is Bawumia. It is Bawumia. So what they have been trying to do is to get Kennedy Japan to intervene to go and talk to Lordina Mahama. And Kennedy Japan says he's not going to do that shit. I'm telling you today. Because you see, apart from Kennedy, the problem with this now, only Lordina is fine. So they are trying everything to get Kennedy to intervene. For Kennedy to go and talk to Lordina, for Lordina to. And Kennedy is like, Lordina is not a judge. Lordina is not sitting on the case. So Kennedy Japan too said he's not going to do it. And I know, and I'm about Appiah-Kubi so Jimmy 4. And Appiah-Kubi says, Jimmy 4 there. Then I don't want to see to the end of this case, meaning the judgment before it comes. I want to isolate, I want to be out of this case. And nothing here waha. And nothing I say, Adenti ɛna also wonye chairman Wontumi lawyer biema adentina also wonye lawyer because chairman Wontumi nya ohwe chairman Wontumi aye ne bibi Bawumia didi na tem Oma okache so a bad lawyer or a terrible lawyer onim nyansa until right now no Appiah-Kubi is mad. Kene Japan say Lordina Mahama nya judge only Lordina Mahama any sa friendship no only Lordina Mahama enters in this uncommon because ono Kene Japan no wakoko so many times chairman Wontumi so court into ono only Lordina any sa uncommon di no no the only Lordina nya judge until on to me court Lordina at what their reason or their capacity. But you have to understand, Japan on consequences, no. On him say, Lordina Mahama will not listen to this nonsense. On him say, Lordina Mahama is not going to open her door. Why do you even bring Lordina Mahama into this? Because they think, say, case, you know, it is beyond. No, it is the court. Inti Appiah-Kubi, I withdraw the services. It is because of Bawumia and the Dean Atem. Samira Bawumia dina temu ofio. In fact, the problem Appiah-Kubi nya epa or the Samira Bawumia kachire no. It was the insult from Samira Bawumia. And this lawyer told Bawumia, said, talk to your wife. That disrespect to me and other people in the party, it is becoming too much. Bawumia told him, say, that is when Appiah-Kubi stormed out of Bawumia's residence. And that is how he came out to write this statement that he has withdrawn his services. O client no why obone ben ontumi nka. Chairman Wontumi ade court obumrabi so ontumi nka. Chairman Wontumi ade wakogina baby akoka bibia fa ho ontumi nka. Chairman Wontumi eka bibi kira ontumi nka. You know why? It is because Samira Bawumia ne Bawumia no di natem. Now you understand what I mean. Now let me show you this. Appiah-Kubi in some manner or can to justify why he left Chairman Wontumi. You boost the sound room. I mean, what it's here. I feel what you say. That is the danger. That is what echoes for MPP move. Man, we Mahamudu Bawumia na ashe de bufu. Eye Bawumia ire ene Bawumia omu didi na temu. Or kind of correction say Chairman Wontumi go jail. They should embrace themselves for it. Ene Bawumia ne yiri didi na temu.
Now it makes sense. Because say me no uji duma die bi na maka tell say ada ya do the final stage, the most important day no edu sad na me mabi me ne wa boa ayo wedding preparation wedding da no me nyare enye emergency bi na ba na matu kwan me wo the same kro na mu na me say wedding no best man na opese me ye no wo do bi fro hye ho a ebe boa wo mom dan say wo de me hye ho. But all this one no media too. Say me no ebetu anamo. Na je say bibi akoso a mempe. Na je say bibi akoso a mempe. Eno one of the reason why lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi o say wo twe ne ho. Ba me agodi na tem. Samira so dibia wo so. Ene fa be wo so. Ye dia wo na no so. Enti ofili say the reputation ana omu de tutu fom no ti sa de a say Chairman Wontumi ti wona yedi matem wan gahwe ese me mabon me bo a okay ko fa nim die fo no nim before no bra no meto aso mawo na me tete lawyer Tatia the odi aduba he case no na asinza say aziza aduma ko so asinza lawyers mienu miensa bi di na matete say omo na ba represent Chairman Wontumi na say at the attempt near factor and a lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. Why withdraw? Say on Campbell Chairman Wontumi asem no dia. There's one thing. When say almost a lead counselor. Or so we're presenting the case. I already withdraw. To be a finalizer. I'm finalizing in area. The next thing is a new lawyer now Oba on the very day I had the verdict saber. In the lawyer Bernard Antwi say omoma ne mmere no onhwe case na lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi represent here no ohwe a ana obetima adi atum say that is no omode ba no the best interest of the client and that's the best interest of the client kai say enche judiciary for no o me ko break na mo ga break mo ko de yede o ha no mo ko break o ha no mo ko break musuma ka twa ye pose ehun bonuses pose ehun allowance pose sai mo mfie ma mutenam mo re time cry say twa mo ka na ni break you but I'm saying tell me ko break and break na o me ko no o me resume around say o me say October November mu ho and October November no say October November no that's out of MPP national my friend is saying chairmanship election so near 12 now imagine say chairman Wontumi abedi as a national chairman for MPP meaning say all MPP members will have no choice than to make sure so make extreme noise if the judgment goes against chairman Wontumi and the arresting him may be difficult so omo person omo push here e consider that limit say that be very possible but we not sure say attorney general the deputy justice him say what case no for shall say ABC this time around omo say semnesi any question say on that 3rd July whether they change the lead counsel or they don't change that verdict must hit on the grounds and only mean we must know what is going to happen on that 3rd of July don't you agree with me mo eti Kevin tell the waka say ya Bawumia ni Samira na kodi lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi atema no say sa madi matam dia mo pe lawyer mfama no why say me so your finance here mo pe lawyer fufuro mfama no na me dia na mo say ma demand kan ye no ongo kan enten na mame why na eno na so lo wusu say MPP na agu because enya asem na ya asem a enka obi anka ogina asibdi bia no de enka ono oye den akwaye so ko pay election ba MPP na agu omu ni any person bi o integrity wo na omu ntwen bre na UP fo no omu do ma fa MPP fo no mu a MPP ni nyagu gojo to say kim afi no mu na back to UP ene omu na be bo omu kese
o se no court case na nya no na be ma on court chairman obekopa
o se party na nkasa no egu eno nti wo se party egu de me nya me na be ka no court case GBC but the me too Wontumi fo ne se oye be pia yakuja 3rd July ana abansi de court so be July me na me granting chevisi ya ma hu nsa no ansana asatia toto onum de etu tete na o kan oboso nsem no o so tia se the last time me court me ko he nipa lady Wontumi echi awana me kai bibi se look emre unique as a whole regional chairman of the Ashanti region nanko court Ashanti region so the stronghold of the MPP
yeah
how be expect say a nipa e di Wontumi echi no the cabinet man counting nipa more than 15 call bloggers
yeah bloggers
macha ho okotena wa wo se o bo Hebrew empire enso nya no kre pa no kra no o ye yaza because Hebrew bi enu ai kan sa ana wo di ago wa e yo party so be di buta mana ye de ti krom ha say ye hwe abo bi so say MPP no obetumi ababy papa ka say original office kra no ya tumu a printing press on de office bi eni o
Ashanti regional
o ma tum kro from there no ni ro akwaji say o mo ntumi antwa rent so the printing press sort ya say no wonwe no ho regional wo mu a watumi a good regional to the extent say opposition now they now party in government no opposition or about 8 MPs e wa Ashanti region no nyawo asefem and what you divide the regional ma regional when anyway omo party say na ye ma ye United Party for members ni bebre we
okay
ye ni anko for ne omo kwa ne omo ba omo go for bi any 2 MPP abi shi Ashanti region ba ko UP ni but ye se montara ho mamu ni yeah mamu de montara ho dabi ye se ri aba and ye se montara ho ana ayesa somro omo num ayi moja no benum ni enti so no na nya jiro ndirim no ka kire se obeye wini ye anyway say Bawumia support no why do Ayew Afriyie Ayew Afriyie say from the regional chairman to the national chairman why you twa moja eye Bawumia de na obe wini enti to mo kwa ko wiem omo ko chinchin ngofo nsa na omo de ama omo ngofo na we wani nye we United Party ni a
wani beje
omo be tin we wie no na dodo na sa be kan members no near the coalition 2028 na akọ na unya 18% we are if you je enu
adum
ebe dum
we no to us say sa Exim Bank issue no on tiase o say Exim Bank dey a clear indication say papa na di atum say oye kronfo wa boy krono because the charge say the born no fraud ewo money laundering forgery ewom ti ojetu so ekonfo.
Three cases that we are talking about.
Yes.
The first one is pending judgment on the 3rd of July. Then we have the Exim case, which he has filed a
plea bargain.
A plea bargain. I mean, you don't even need any legal mind. When we say plea, here you have your dictionary. You can look at the meaning of the word plea. Before you add the bargain. Sometimes these people, they say they are lawyers, they come and confuse you with all sort of things when it is a straightforward matter. Because if you believe in your case, I mean, you are sitting your somewhere. If someone takes you to court and you believe that you have not done anything wrong, what prevents you from sorting out with the person in court? Just like he did with the Samreboi case that is pending ruling. If he is not admitting that he has done something that is wrong, he wouldn't enter into a plea bargain.
So for the Samreboi case, he's certain in his mind that he has not done
absolutely
anything.
That is why he did not opt for the plea bargain. So those that are saying that plea bargain does not mean you are guilty, it's just semantics. They just put it there just to deceive minds. You understand? Because once you are reading, as part of the plea bargain negotiations, you are supposed to either it must contain what do you call it, the punishment thereof, whether or not you want to engage in restitution or pay back the amount.
Yes.
You understand? So it tells you that right away the state. And all this, it doesn't say that either the plaintiff or the accused will be paying or will be charged or something. It says that the defendant or the accused will be punished, will be done. Well, it means you are agreeing that you have committed something that is wrong. You see, Wontumi has always been praying. And I believe in discussing this subject, man must also be in the spiritual mood and pray so that we can get a better appreciation.
You also want to...
Elovika, Novika. Toriasha.
So you are in the spiritual realm now. I was in the other realm.
Because you are discussing matters.
Give us some more.
Elovika, Toriasha. Having prayed, I think my mind is clear. Now, Crosby, if you have your computer, go to Matthew 5:25 and let's see what is there.
You're not wearing white. Okay, that's okay.
So that you can appreciate.
You want me to go to Matthew 5:25
and you read for us and you appreciate where Wontumi.
Matthew
5:25.
Hey, you are telling the pastor today.
What's his
And you have to change your shirts. You have to change your shirts.
Matthew 5:25.
Now you are quoting the Bible. No?
Yes.
You are kind of writer now.
So I'm not wearing white.
So Matthew 5:25 says, settle matters quickly with your adversary. Who is taking you to court. Do it while you are still together on the way. Or your adversary may hand you over to the judge.
And throw you to jail.
And the judge may hand you over to the officer. And you may be thrown into prison.
Absolutely. So, you see, Wontumi studied theology. So all the things that you do, I disagree that he doesn't know his left from right. He knows everything. He knows he has committed an offense. And he remembers Matthew 5:25. That settle your adversary, someone that wants to harm you, whilst you are on your way to court. Else he will hand you to the judge, and the judge will hand you to the officer, and you'll be thrown to jail. That is all to it with this plea bargain.
So it's
because absolutely, you see, he cannot get away. I saw a documentary, in fact, a TV program where Wontumi was being interviewed on UTV. That was somewhere 2022 or thereabout, where he was standing in the middle of a supposed farm, which he claimed he used the monies he borrowed from at the Exim
Bank
to do that. Now you can get anybody from the Exim Bank to look at, because it was a project finance. Look at the proposal he proposed to the bank before he lured them into giving the money. He had estimated that he was going to engage more than 1,000 youth into employment. He was going to employ people. So by that, they gave him 14 million plus. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Now you are talking about if you were to jail him, he would have denied people who are in employment. What about those that he took money that he was going to employ? You understand? We are talking about opportunity cost
and trade-offs.
So please let the laws work. Nobody is above the law. In fact, if you were living in a serious country with a serious president, then that is President Kufuor, he should have been the first person to start the prosecution, because his own Minister of Lands and Natural Resources wrote in terms of this Samreboi case that they had never granted Wontumi the license to enter into the Tano Nimbre forest and so on and so forth. And all of us has been speaking against Galamsey. And always we deal with that. We go for the small fishes. If now a government is going after a bigger fish, you must be the one to be encouraging the government and even the judge. Here, nobody is saying that if he's wrong, the judge must say he's wrong. But if it's not wrong, the judge must say he's wrong. But if it's wrong, under no circumstance must the judge say otherwise. Why? Then what sort of country are we building? Look, this Appiah-Kubi thing is all games, it's gimmicks. Just to delay process, just to create the impression, it's a psychological warfare. Listen to Appiah-Kubi, go and watch Wontumi, and listen to the MPP fanatics. All they are saying is that they are trying to put the judge in a very tight corner. I heard Maurice Ampao, the way he spoke about the judge, I couldn't believe it. You understand? You hear people saying that, oh, because Ibrahim Mahama was working with the Chief Justice, definitely Wontumi will have problem. How can we draw such conclusions? It is all psychological games. Because I listen to Appiah-Kubi every now, you know the way these bloggers are. Anytime they go to court, they go with bloggers, thankfully. And anytime they are done with court proceedings, Appiah-Kubi magnanimously grants interviews to the general public as to what took place. Under no circumstance, in no occasion did Appiah-Kubi come out and complain about the judge. He never did.
No, he has not complained about the judge in essence, but the process of the court proceedings has not been happening.
No, listen to me. I have his what do you call it? The issues that he has tabled, the declarations that he has sent to the court, for which reason he is withdrawing from the case. It's centered on the processes. And who is carrying out the processes?
The judge, obviously.
So obviously he's attacking the judge. In fact, the paragraph 14 of his own declarations or affidavit, listen to what he's saying. That I know that the outcome of this case will not be the end of this matter, and believe that justice will be better served on a better and more equitable platform with cooperating actors. How can we allow Appiah-Kubi to do this to the judiciary? When you have witnessed the proceedings, you have taken part till the end, and you are required to submit your witness statement. Listen to what he's saying. This is not in truth. This is dishonest way of putting things.
You think it's being dishonest?
It's all dishonest. Because I have listened, here was Appiah-Kubi at one point who came to tell us that they have done everything expected of them. What is left was God to intervene. You didn't hear that? At that time, if he had any issue with the judge, he would have said it. He said, no, we have done everything. The process has been fair. Me, I have listened to Appiah-Kubi on one of such occasions saying that the process has been fair.
And that was in relation to the Samreboi case.
Samreboi case. And that all that they are waiting for is that they need God's favor, intervention. Now, all of a sudden, the case has been, what do you call it? A date has been set aside for ruling.
It's nipa wadi to because only tuma enka onko pese okope plea bargain. E de okoye plea bargain dia. Em say ene cha ntuzu bebre o. Nti eno no me busa lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi hanum no. Ezim bank no. Ah o matre letter for plea bargain na ono on a try as a lawyer. Ah say attorney general ni consider no. Ono obeyi ni ho afrim case attorney general gas dey bi case ni kokota. Obeyi ni ho afrim. Another still obeko so ato as a lawyer. So it was as a lawyer. Our Ezim Bank and Samreboi then I'm going to believe say the mechanic actually say a plan. I'm almost a lawyer. Not lawyer, no almost a sana. A bema case na kwa chiri. Na a bema judicial for me kwa abano. No matter Malaysian Navy. And that's the plan. Anya sa no step from me na. And the Bawumia dia terminal. Any Samira dia no. Kevin Sudan and say with all due respect no do attempt. But wait there, once you near attempt. I 7 no to the room. Now I know that Kevin tell us say now as a bank they na what no. Attorney General don't dare. What's the man try? Me say someone is speaking my language.
Maize project. So we are asking, when you go to court as Attorney General, you pose the question to Chairman Wontumi and his lawyers. The money you took for cultivating maize or corn, what did you use the money for? We need that answer. And not just saying, he needs to provide evidence to what he used that 30 million Ghana cedis for. It's simple. And that is what we are chasing. Our eye is on the money. It's not on your plea bargain. Second, the second charge. Forgery. Claims that some supporting documents used to secure or justify the loan facility were falsified or improperly prepared. Chairman Wontumi used forged documents to take 30 million. This forgery alone, you Attorney General can put an innocent boy before the court and jail him for 10 years. It is part of Chairman Wontumi's charges. We should skip all these charges and do what? And go sit in a room for Chairman Wontumi to tell us what he wants to do, how much he wants to pay. Are we mad? The forgery alone, the first one was fraud. In Ghana court, when you are basically charged or found guilty, normally, fraud cases, do you know how many years you are sentenced? Each charge comes with its own sentence. Then you want it to be a plea bargain. These are the charges. Nipa ba ku bejina court him for just forgery. Otumi come 10 years. Obi bejina court him for just what we call fraud. Otumi come 15 years. You want to compress all this and say, I want to sit on a table with Chairman Wontumi. So you are going to accept this. Charge 3, money laundering. I'm more respect your own. You charge you but politics you will quit politics. Point 3, money laundering. Allegation that funds moved through accounts in ways that concealed their true origin or use. He used the 30 million cedis to do money laundering. So Bibe Ghana caught him for money laundering. Do you know how many years they jailed them? You are going to compress all this and tell Chairman Wontumi how much he can pay. Now, to bring you to power, no, to vote for you people to win parliamentary seats, no. Now, count charge 4. These are all the charges in the Exim Bank. Chairman Wontumi say, up a plea bargain. Hey. 4, causing financial loss to the state. Your Ghana Kromo Mamam for causing financial loss according to prison. Yet, yeah. Emma Kofo jailing Kofo in the name of causing financial loss to the state. Just that charge. J.A. Kofo, he was able to jail somebody, just that charge, for years for people to die in jail. You are telling us to suppress this, to compress this, and turn it into what? If you allow this, you are the most corrupt criminal as an attorney general in the history of Ghana. Now, causing financial loss, the core allegation that states, that's through Exim Bank, suffered financial loss from the transaction. There were millions of people who needed, if they had gotten the 30 million, you bet much Ghana for 550,000 to go into agriculture. Kwasi Appiah took the money and entered Galamsey's site, destroyed forest. You want to plead with him? Are you kidding me, my friend? It is not politics as usual. It is not always politics. It is not always business, my friend. It is sometimes we need to get serious. And I'm just saying, and I'm just saying, this is real business. This is what the people voted for. The people want to see the court, the law, stretched to its limits. Nobody can suppress anything in Ghana. The power belongs to the people. They suffered and gave you the power. Some lost their lives. Some are hurt. Some are still recovering. And then people take their money instead of you to stay in court and deal with them. You are telling us there's a law called plea bargain. The problem this guy has caused is generational. And you sit there and you think it is politics as usual. Let me discuss this. Let me think. Let me find a way. Find a way for Chairman Wontumi to run. Improper use or misapplication of loan funds. That funds meant for a specific agriculture project were allegedly diverted or not properly accounted for. These charges, Bakubia received 10 years in Ghana. We have seen some. And then Chairman Wontumi lawyers write this to you and say, I've accepted. On the 1st, now on second document way. On the 1st of January, you didn't tell us anything. You keeping it and you are negotiating. You got this document on the 1st of January. Today is the 11th. Now, let me tell you something. Chairman Wontumi, me catch him last week, me bad TV, so me catch him say, his people know he's a criminal, he's a thief. They know he will go to jail. Some conform to TV, so radio, so no they know Chairman Wontumi. Omankasa party for.
Because I don't get it. Say on your we sika. Now we say for 30 million Ghana cedis, and can this 300 billion. Now I say me be plea bargain, me be negotiation. Now say obetire do obetimetria, kwa obetua no, time obefo so what? Fraud, a jailable offense. A friend is a forgery, a jailable offense. Money laundering, a jailable offense. Causing financial loss to the state, a jailable offense. It is any money na ye jailu money ye. Adentin na Chairman Wontumi de. Obeso ono, oba plea bargain. Ana say lie. Ye nya mo kurom ha. O say o mo try yes adwuma no. And the police be fun ye ni na. I'm saying mo. That language you like it. Out of over 2,000 languages in the world, he chose the right language to speak the truth. Truth is the better language in the world. Inti anaha a naked truth. If you know. Me say Chairman Wontumi lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi. Also good bye. 3rd July, uni akoma or train. Ojai. Undefended a Chairman Wontumi bill. Wait, what does it mean for Chairman Wontumi? Papa na who? Say on the 3rd July. Chairman Wontumi eluswa na. Catch me conversation na say. Yes, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the flag bearer of MPP, on the nearest Samira Bawumia, Omadi, Chairman Wontumi lawyer Andy Appiah-Kubi attempt, so a bumper. I don't count, and our partner said, or step aside. Now, what's the thing reason? Enter, you be. We are sure, say, a dear Temia Musomadini, and a man Eldani, and answer or person of free hope. Not lawyer for Besha on a case in the prolonged. Said away on the 3rd July. Ya journey as a judge is make break in Abano. Na MPP at Toma Banevi. As our plan on offer. And I said, catch me or comment session. I said, but would you to say, maybe Adrian? Wontumi, you be jailing. And I said, he will survive it. All the comments not to comment session as area. Subscribe, like, share. Maunya as in every video. Ever could be Max Billion. I would naked truth old. But I trace my crowd. Bye bye.